You are 19 years old, and you have 3 rounds left. It is 0600 on December 21st, 1944. The forest around Bastogne is black and frozen. Somewhere out there, engines grind through the trees' German armor, moving slowly, moving closer. Your rifle is so cold it burns your fingers. Your feet stopped feeling like feet 2 days ago. You press yourself deeper into the foxhole and count the rounds again. Still 3. 6 hours ago, none of this felt possible. Go back to midnight. You're a rifleman, dug into a line east of Bastogne, part of the perimeter holding this town shut like a fist. You've been here 4 days. Encircled. No trucks getting in, no trucks getting out. The Germans are on every side of this town, and you are inside that circle, in a hole carved from frozen dirt with a trench knife, because your entrenching tool couldn't break the ground. In your breast pocket is a letter you started 3 nights ago. You haven't finished it. You don't know how to tell your mother where you are without scaring her, so the letter stops mid-sentence, waiting. Next to you, in the next hole, is Sully, 19, same as you, from Ohio. He hums when he's nervous. You can hear him now, barely audible, some tone you don't recognize. He's the only reason the last 4 nights haven't broken you. You have a private fear you haven't told him. It's not the shells, it's the cold. 3 men in your company have already lost toes to frostbite, carried away on stretchers without a single shot fired at them. You keep flexing your feet inside your boots, just to feel whether they still answer. Somewhere past the tree line, an engine turns over. You go still. Dawn comes gray, no sunrise. Really, only less darkness. You eat a K-ration cold because a fire means smoke, and smoke means artillery finds you. Cheese, a biscuit, and powdered coffee eaten dry from your fingertip because there's no water hot enough to dissolve it. Sully passes you a cigarette. Neither of you talks about the cold out loud. You only watch each other's breath. You pull your boots off for a few minutes, the way the medic told everyone to, rubbing feeling back into your toes before the cold can claim them for good. It is a small ritual now, almost sacred. Around you, up and down the line, other men are doing the same in silence, like a congregation. Ammunition resupply hasn't come. It won't. The whole division is short, not just your company, but everyone. Word moves down the line in whispers. Airdrops are coming when the weather breaks. Nobody knows when that will be. The sky has been the enemy almost as much as the Germans too, socked in for your own planes to fly, and too clear for you to move without being seen. Someone passes along word from 2 days earlier. Malmedy, American prisoners machine-gunned in a field after they had already surrendered. The story moves from foxhole to foxhole like cold water. Nobody says much after hearing it. But something changes in the men around you, a decision. Nobody speaks aloud. Surrender is no longer a plan. You find yourself checking your rifle one more time than usual. At midday, you're sent to help carry ammunition boxes down the line, the little that's left redistributed man to man. 3 rounds here, 5 rounds there, like rationing bread. You pass a chaplain kneeling beside a wounded corporal. No morphine left, only his hand and his voice, murmuring something too quiet to hear. You keep walking because you have to. There is nothing else you can offer either of them. Back in your hole, you check your rifle again. You count your rounds again, as if counting will make more appear. It doesn't. 3 is 3. Sully starts humming again. Then, north of you, the tree line cracks with the sound of engines. Real ones. Close ones. The humming stops. You both freeze. Engines, more than one. Tank engines, that distinct low growl unmistakable, once you've heard it in combat. A runner comes down the line, breathless. German armor and infantry are moving on your sector. Panzers, maybe a company of grenadiers behind them. Your sergeant's voice is flat and fast. Hold the line. No retreat. No ammunition to waste. You look at your 3 rounds again. Sully looks at you. He doesn't hum. He only nods, as if that is enough. The forest goes quiet, the terrible quiet before something breaks. Snow starts falling, fat and slow, landing on your rifle barrel and your eyelashes. Somewhere behind you, someone is praying aloud, low and steady, the same few words over and over. You think of Sully's tune and how you never learned its name. You think of the unfinished letter in your pocket. You think you might not get to finish it. Then the tree line erupts. Machine gun fire rakes across the snow. You drop into the hole pressed to frozen earth, and the world becomes noise-tearing, cracking, a tank round exploding somewhere to your left, lifting the ground beneath you like a hand. You fire. Once, a shape moving through the trees folds and disappears. You don't let yourself think about it. There isn't time, and there won't be. Not for a long while. You fire again. Your second to last round. Sully is firing too, steady and controlled, the way you were trained, not the way it feels. A shell lands close enough that dirt and splintered wood rain down on your helmet. Your ears ring white. For a moment, you can't hear anything at all, not the guns, not Sully, not your own breathing. The world goes strangely soft, as if you're watching it from underwater. Then, through the ringing, your own artillery screams overhead towards the German advance. The ground shakes without going fire instead of incoming, and slowly, the tank engines begin to pull back, the grenadiers with them, dragging their wounded into the trees. It isn't victory. It's survival. The line held. For now, because it had to. Nobody cheers. Nobody has the strength left. You lie there afterwards, cheek against the frozen dirt, and realize your hands are shaking. Not from fear exactly. From everything at once, the cold, the noise, the not knowing, all of it arriving in your body at the same moment. You look towards Sully's hole. Sully, nothing, Sully. Then his helmet rises slowly over the rim of his foxhole. Dirt-streaked, shaking. Alive, he doesn't hum. He only breathes, hard, and nods at you again. The same nod as before, like a promise kept. You have 1 round left. The snow keeps falling, quieter now, softening the churned earth, covering the shell craters as if the forest is trying to forget what just happened here. That evening, word comes down the line the skies are clearing. Tomorrow, the planes might finally fly. Supplies, ammunition, a chance. Someone finds enough dry wood to risk a small fire, cupped low in a foxhole where the smoke won't carry far. You warm your hands over it for the first time in days, and for a moment, it feels like something close to peace. You take out the letter. By firelight so small it is barely a flame, you finish the sentence you left hanging 3 nights ago. You don't write about the tanks or the machine guns or Sully's silence in that foxhole. You write that you're safe, that you're thinking of home, and that you'll write again soon. You don't know yet if the letter will reach her before Christmas. You don't know yet that Bastogne will hold, that relief is coming, that the siege will end within days. Right now you only know the fire is warm, the shaking is mostly stopped, and Sully is alive in the hole beside you, humming again so quietly you almost miss it. You fold the letter and put it away. The unfinished sentence is finished now, and tomorrow remains unwritten. You were 1 rifleman in 1 foxhole, one of thousands ringing that frozen town. Multiply your fear by 100,000 men, and that is the truth of Bastogne ordinary boys holding a line, because someone had to, humming half-remembered songs to keep from thinking too hard about the dark. Tomorrow, you'll live this same week again from a foxhole on the other side of the guns, inside the uniform of the men who came through that tree line.